discounted. To learn more, go to keepamericaamerica.com. Folks, all of you listening are the last line of defense against single-party rule in D.C. So please, vote and volunteer. That's how we save the Senate and stop one-party rule in D.C. Go to keepamericaamerica.com now. The Keep America America Action Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising. Paid for by Keep America America Action Fund, keepamericaamerica.com, and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
In a world where quality business information is needed, we bring you On the Mic with Mike, the leading social enterprise business show in RVA. Join Mike King, the partnership guru, daily at 1 p.m. on WJFN 100.5 FM, 92.7 FM, and 820 a.m. as he delivers game changers in Metro RVA. On the Mic with Mike showcases how business can help make society better. He discusses tech, culture, innovation, best business practices, and highlighting area nonprofits. Join Mike at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, because it is the place where the best and brightest come to chat.
It is Monday. The time's 1:08. The program is On the Mic with Mike. I'm your host, Mike King, and I appreciate you being here with me. This is the leading daily social enterprise business show in the Richmond area. The views expressed here are mine, have no connection to, support of, or agreement with any other host, information, or ads on the station. I don't work for the station. My program just airs here on a daily basis, and I'm appreciative of that to bring the information to you. Join me as this cutting-edge show. We uplift the community and showcase RVA in a different way. The sounds you're listening to are coming to you from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business. Joining us today, as always, is the man on the wheels of steel, the super producer, Al Green. And we can be reached by calling 804-778-8888. On the Mic with Mike, we highlight partnerships, people, social enterprise business, organizations, and we touch on issues of the day. To get more information about me, please go to our Facebook page, which is On the Mic with Mike RVA. We'd like to thank our show sponsor, Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Tom has been in the industry of credit card merchant services for more than 20 years. If you ever have any issues or you'd like to streamline your services or become more efficient, Tom Childry is the guy going into 2021. There's some changes that are taking place. Tom Childry can help you work them out. 804-503-8472. Along the way, folks, we have to pay bills, so please take a listen to our sponsors and advertisers as they have some great products and services that are out there. Alrighty, folks, the best business radio program in the area is on today. We have a stacked lineup for you. We're going to start off with Eric Terry of the Virginia Hotel Travel Association. He's going to be here with us. They have an outstanding program. We'd like to thank Chef Robin Carter of bringing that to our attention. After that, we have Mr. Kenneth Jones. Mr. Jones is the owner, CEO of Prestige Construction. He's a longtime CEO and very well-respected man who's in the area of construction as well as business and mentorship. We're going to talk to him. Follow that up with It Is Monday, 2 p.m. So you know what that means, discussions with Dion. Coach Candice Dion is going to be here talking about inspirational things, her life, her journey, and giving us some tidbits to live our life by in a more meaningful fashion. We follow that up with Mr. John Millen. He is with PPG Benefits. He's going to hear with Benefit Hackers to talk to us about his insurance products, processes, and things like that. So without further ado, we'd like to bring on Eric Terry. Eric, welcome back to the program, sir.
Thanks, Mike. Good to talk to you.
Hey, happy holidays. It's been a while since we had talked.
It has been. It has been a while, but
See,
I appreciate you inviting me back on.
To come to the program, you don't have to go all the way to Chester anymore. We're down on the south side of Richmond now. We've moved up.
I know, but we're a little busy. We got a big thing going on tomorrow.
You do, and that's the reason why we're talking. So let's talk a little bit about what you have going on out there to help the community.
Well, as you know, Mike, I mean, it's been a really challenging year for our restaurant employees, our hotel employees, and really tourism employees in general in Richmond. And so we decided we wanted to do a little giving back. So we're doing a Hospitality Helping Hands program tomorrow at the Richmond Hilton downtown on Broad Street from 10 till 12. We're going to be giving out some food boxes and some gift certificates for restaurants and things to the first 250 people that can drive through. Richmond Region Tourism and the City of Richmond are helping us out with that, as well as the Hilton downtown. And so we'd like to encourage any restaurant or hotel employees to come by, and we got a really great batch of food that Feedmore is helping us with, and so we really do want to do something to help our employees this time of year.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice you're listening to is Mr. Eric Terry. So it has been a brutal time for the hospitality industry folks. How are they making it through? Besides this, what other programs have you guys had to help them make it through these tough times?
Well, the state has done a couple of the rebuild programs. The state did. I think some of our folks were able to get grants through that. And the big news of the day today is another round of stimulus and hope coming out of the federal government, which was a lifeline early in the spring, but took a long time to get the next round out. And so I think there'll be some good news coming from that. And again, it's a tough time of year, and we understand the governor's restrictions and kind of why those are, and in truth, we're a little better than other states and other locations that are shutting down indoor dining and whatnot. So we don't do that, and that's great. So we're hopeful that this latest round of stimulus will help our folks kind of get through the winter months and into the better spring and outdoor dining and all those things.
So during these tough times, how did this come about with what you're doing tomorrow? How did this?
Well, one of our affiliate groups down in Newport News did one a couple weeks ago and was really, really successful. And so we said, well, let's try to do the same thing in Richmond. We're going to do one in Charlottesville here in a couple weeks. And really, again, as much as anything, our employees, if they work at a hotel, they probably were used to working 5 days a week. They may only be working 2 days a week now, or same thing in a restaurant. The restaurant may be closing at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night and, can't sell alcohol past 10. So it really has, some people may still have a job, but they're certainly not making as much or, working as many hours as they did before. So we really thought it was a good idea to give them a little helping hand this time of year. And, we also bought, 350 gift certificates from local restaurants to give away. So, it's going to be a really, nice thing to do for people and a nice thing to do for our restaurants.
That's true. Okay, so since we have you here, let's go down through the industries that you're affiliated with. What's the health and outlook for the restaurant business?
Well, again, the latest restrictions at, no more than 10 people, but 10 people per party, but you can have, with 6 foot distancing, whatever will fit in terms of the restaurant. I think the restaurants took a little bit of a hit for their Christmas party business right now. And so, I think most of them are just trying to figure out how to get, into the spring for outdoor dining. And, I think a lot of people are still a little uncomfortable with eating indoors. I'm not one of them. I eat indoors all the time. But a lot of folks are still, a little bit, antsy about that, even though there really haven't been any, appreciable, connections to restaurants, being super spreaders or anything. So restaurants have been tough. Lodging or hotels have been really tough because our corporate travel and our business travel and government travel meetings and things have just kind of been shut down completely. And so I think until we see a significant amount of vaccinations, that's probably going to be a tough thing to go with. And same thing with tourism and attractions. Places like the racetrack and others that couldn't host a large group or athletics or whatnot. Those are all kind of taking a hit. So it's maybe with the exception of airlines, which are taking a pretty big hit. Those 3 industries are kind of the tip of the spear in terms of impact.
When you look around the state, since we're Richmond centric here, what's the business climate in other parts of the state that you work in?
Well, the Hampton Roads area had a pretty good summer. People that just wanted to get out and maybe go to the beach or do something like that. I mean, their business, but unfortunately, they're kind of falling back to the same as the rest of the state. One of our hardest hit areas is Northern Virginia, because they're so reliant on government travel and corporate travel. So, in actuality, their hotel occupancies and whatnot are well below what we're seeing in Richmond and other places. Richmond's had a pretty good run of some youth athletic programs that have been able to come in, and that's helped a little bit. So, I think Richmond's, faring a little bit better than some, but, it's still pretty darn tough.
It's a tough time out there. So, Henrica's getting the new facility. Can you touch on what do you think that's going to be as far as tourism means?
Well, Mike, I don't know that I know all the programming, parameters of that, but certainly it's going to be a draw. It's going to give us a new place to hold, new venue, and I think they're talking about building a couple of hotels out there at some point. So, it does help to have, a nice new shiny facility that you can do some things with, and so, I think that's going to be helpful, and we've got quite a bit going into the county. I wish we had more going into the city, but understand politics sometimes catch up with those things. But hopefully you'll start to see some stuff in Richmond soon.
All right, the time's 1:17. Eric Terry is with us. So Eric, one last time, could you let folks know about your event that you're having tomorrow?
It's the Hospitality Helping Hands program. It's the Richmond Hilton downtown on Broad Street. From 10 till 12, you drive through, just let them know that you work at a restaurant or a hotel or a tourism attraction, and we'll load your car up, touch-free. You can get, some food and some stuff to share with your family and kind of help you through the holidays.
All righty. Once again, I'd like to thank Chef Robin Carter, Carolina Girl Catering, for bringing this to our attention. It's very needed. Eric, if there's ever anything that you'd like to help folks get the word out, please remember to give us a shout here.
Thank you, Mike. Take care.
I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Terry of the Tourism and Travel. We'd like to thank him for coming in. Up next, we're going to take a break. Up next, we have Mr. Ken Jones, who's here with us. We're going to talk about the construction industry and him being a mentor in it as well. At the top of the hour, we have Coach Candice, Coach Candice Dion. It is discussions with Dion. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy with Beyond. I believe it should not be confusing or expensive for your business to accept credit cards. As a social enterprise business advocate, my mission gets you paid faster with fair rates, helping your business grow. We can be contacted at area code 804-503-8472, 804-503-8472, or at getbeyond.com. Again, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Quick, easy collect. We make it easier than you expect.
Hi, Chef Michelle here of Ma Michelle's Cafe, home of the Soul Rolls, located at 10811 Whole Street Road. Give us a call at 804-912-1644 or order online at mamichelle's.com. Ask about our off-site catering options as well as our online ordering through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Follow us on all social media at Ma Michelle's Cafe. That's Ma Michelle's, Soul south of the James. Mention Mike on the mic and get a free dessert on us. Special rules apply.
Yes, this is Dontrese Brown. We're Brown Baylor. We are a creative strategy marketing agency down in Shockoe Bottom. We make history by curating experiences that matter. Please follow us on all of our social media, The Brown Baylor. You can also follow us on our website, brownbaylor.com.
Brown Baylor, hidden in plain sight. Sponsors of the On the Mic with Mike Swagger music series. Hear brand new stars every Friday at 2 p.m. only On the Mic with Mike and WJFN, 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Hey everyone, it's Heather Marie Van Cleve with Heather Marie Speaks, and I'm on the mic with Mike on WJFN Radio Thursdays from 2 to 2:30 p.m., bringing encouragement, education, and empowerment for mental health awareness with a little bit of fashion infused. Join me every Thursday from 2 to 2:30. I'll see you then.
When Heather Marie speaks, you should be listening. On the Mic with Mike, weekdays 1 to 3 on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Do you want a crystal clear picture of your finances? Dial 804-601-0532 and schedule your free financial review with Crystal Clear Financial Solutions. Find us online at crystalclearfinancialsolutions.com.
Oh, hello. I'm Louise Keaton from the Whistle Stop Theater Company. You're listening to On the Mic with Mike.
Every day
at 1 p.m. Cheers.
Mike King isn't a businessman. He's a businessman with his own talk show. On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the area. You heard the man. We bring the game changers to you. We'd like to thank Eric Terry for giving us the information about the hospitality help. So, hey, make sure you get out and help the folks out there with helping them who are in the hospitality and restaurant industry. That, things are tough out there. But up next, we have Mr. Kenneth Jones. He is the CEO of Prestige Construction. Mr. Jones, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right, can you get a little closer?
All right.
There we go. All righty. It is my honor to have you. There's a lot of construction. Give folks your background and your story. And then one of the reasons I have a program is because I want to ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
And so, your name is out and about as a successful businessman, a visionary, minority business owner who's been in the game for a long time, very successful. Give our listeners a little bit of a background on how we got here to get to you today.
So where do you want to start?
We can start when you had that idea of starting Prestige. You're like, okay, we talked to a lot of business people.
Mm-hmm.
How do I take that idea and turn it into a business?
Well, I had the idea of being in construction when I was in high school.
Okay.
And I'm originally from Prince Edward County. And it's a depressed area near Farmville, Virginia, where I was born, out there in Prospect. And I told my cousin I wanted to, she was a graduate of Morgan State, told her I wanted to be in construction and business. She said, you crazy. Why would you want to be in the construction industry in this depressed area? And it never left me. I went to college, went to Lincoln Memorial, Tennessee, transferred back to VCU, played basketball there at VCU, and went and played basketball professionally for just a little bit. And then came back to Richmond and needed a job. So I went to work for a local remodeling company here in the area, doing kitchen remodeling, bath remodeling, vinyl siding, roofing, a little bit of everything. I did that for about 7, 8 years, became the top producer. And I was complaining about how they would treat me. Somebody said to me, well, why don't you do it for yourself? So then I decided to do it for myself in 1991. It's where we got started. My wife and I basically, with $2,500 we had saved, I guess, and we built it from there.
So, were you always the kid who was always fixing things? Were you
always?
Oh, you were that guy.
I was a breaker.
Okay.
I broke my mother's umbrellas all the time, trying to figure out how they work.
Okay. Before you learned how to put them back together, were you in trouble?
I never put them back together. That's
okay. So mom was not happy.
No.
Mom was not happy.
Right.
Okay, I can understand. See, I never was the break them up guy because I didn't know how to fix things, and I didn't come from. Did you come from a family of fixers?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, that's not good.
No, we just had to buy a new umbrella.
Okay.
And I got in trouble every time because every time one got broke, they knew who did it. I did it.
Yeah, I was an only kid for a lot of years, and so yeah, when something
I'm
did
not
go
the
right-
only one. I've got had 4 other brothers and 1 sister.
But why did they want to pin it on you?
Because they knew I did it.
Okay, the shoe fits. You got to wear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of a sudden you're there working for a company. You're learning the business,
Mhm.
and you say, "I can do this on my own."
Right.
What was the hardest part of making that happen?
The hardest part of making it happen is to make the leap, to do it, because nobody else in my business had ever been in the construction business, and no one else really in my family was in the construction business. Was in business. Period. Only one other uncle, and everybody talked about him like he was from Mars because he was in business. You know, it wasn't a something that you would want to do. You know, because you're fighting against the curve.
Yes, that is true. So you and your wife start out. You're out there. At what point do you think of and say, "Hey, you know what? We might have something here. This thing might work."
I haven't figured that out yet.
At almost 30 years. I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Yeah.
I think it might work for you.
Well, to me, it really doesn't work until you leave a legacy.
It's okay. So I got to stop you there.
All right.
Because I've seen the legacy of what you do around town, how
Mhm.
people look at your organization,
Mhm.
and you're held up with such esteem. The legacy part there is set. It's how you do business, how you conduct yourself. When you were so now all of a sudden people started to take notice. There are not a lot of minority contractors who
Mhm.
are out there.
Mhm.
What do you specialize in, and how long did it take before you said, okay, I can't be the jack of all things. I kind of got to be.
Well, I'm a construction manager and a general contractor. I don't think, the state or the city or a lot of the people in the construction industry thinks favorably of a CM or general contractor and don't really know what the role is.
Okay.
Because we are the ones that are at the head of the table, basically. And we bring in the subcontractors under us, and we manage those subcontractors, get the work done. And for the last 15, 20 years, people all over the state are trying to get me to be a subcontractor. I said, that's not what I do. We are a general contractor, construction manager. That's what we do. And because when you think about minority participation, there's nothing wrong with being a sub if that's what you do. But that's not what I do. And the state, the city, a lot of them, they don't recognize the benefit of a GC. They want you to be a subcontractor so that they can count that as relate to minority participation.
Okay, so hold 1 second. So if you're the general contractor,
right,
you're the guy running the show.
Right.
Okay, so it doesn't. So the city, the municipalities, they get more credit or more understanding if you're a subcontractor of a bigger organization.
Correct. If I'm a subcontractor to a larger firm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now you didn't give up control.
No, I give up control. Exactly.
And you're like, yeah, we don't roll like that.
No. I give up enough control as it is.
So when you are out there, how long did it take? You're swimming upstream trying to get recognized as a general contractor.
I'm still not recognized as a general contractor. I'm still not respected as a general contractor. They see us, all minorities, they see them as subcontractors. And that's my generality, the way I look at it. That's why I was real reluctant to even do this.
I'm sure you were.
Interview.
Because you're like, hey, Mike, so what are we talking about?
Right,
And,
right.
How are you going to frame this? And I tell people,
Right.
This is your platform right here.
Mhm.
I got a vested interest in telling the people
Right.
the story.
Right.
And people say, well, what are the questions? What do you want to do? Because I see what you're doing and I find it interesting.
Well,
and we're here to tell your story.
Yeah, no, it's tough to doing what I'm doing because a lot of people want to put you in that role as a subcontractor. And if you're not a subcontractor, even if, and I'm all about helping minority-owned firms. I mean, I was the president of CVBCA, Central Virginia Business Construction Association, for I think I spent either 1 or 2 terms there. I've been on the board of Metropolitan Business League. I'm all about inclusion and helping us as black folks to succeed. But, sometimes you're fighting against the current. You're fighting against the current. And sometimes it just you get tired.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the time's 1:30 on the mic with Mike, the radio program, WGFN Radio 100.5, 92.7. 820 AM. This is the place where the game changers come to talk. We're here today with Mr. Kenneth Jones, the CEO of Prestige Construction. When you look out, what's the tenor for construction for the young minority woman who's starting out?
You know, it's good you asked that question, because what I'm trying to do right now is I'm in the process now of setting up a nonprofit I've gotten into a little bit of development, and where my office used to be on Turner Road, I'm developing 81,000 square feet of flex space there.
What is that? What's flex space?
That's office warehouse.
Okay.
So what I'm doing with this 501c3, I'm trying to get set up, and I'm just in the early stages. Got my EIN number last week. I'm going to set up something. I don't know how it's going to be, the framework of it, what it's going to be yet. But I've identified an executive director to work with me to help doing it. I think there's funds out there to help do this as well, is to be able to train brown and black people in that area of construction where I'm at, or let them go into areas where they feel comfortable, whether it be metal studs and drywall, whether it be electrical, whether it be plumbing, whether it be roofing, whether it be site work, whatever it is, and to work with some of the professionals that I know in the Richmond and Virginia market to come in and help train these people and teach classes, and also get into the trades. Because I know when I was one of the things that got me interested in construction was when I was in high school, we had shop.
Yeah, we did have shop back in those days.
You know, one of the things that I built, one of the only things I built with my hand was a gun rack. And that gun rack still hangs on the wall in my parents' house, even though nobody lives in the house now, but my brother owns it. Well, we own it together, but the only thing I built was a gun rack. It's the only thing I've ever built, cut out and built with my hands.
So when you were starting the business out and you understood the construction side of it, how hard was it as you're growing to give up kind of control? Like now you have to do the management. Like as a general contractor, you're the manager of these other folks.
Well, what I do is I hire people. I have a project manager that works for me. I have superintendents that work on site. And the superintendent is the one on site that structures what goes on site and coordinates everything what goes on the site to make sure everything's being done according to plans and specifications. The project manager handles the paperwork side of it and handles to make sure all the contract documents in place, make sure the schedule's in place, monitor the schedule, make sure everybody's getting paid, make sure to process pay applications each month, and that type of thing. And there's a lot more to it than just that, though. I'm just scratching the surface.
That's the quick part of it.
Right.
When you look at it, the construction over the city, what do you think? Pretty good, not enough, or what's your idea of it?
And I'll just be frank. I think there's a lot of games played.
Okay.
And I'm not. And the people that know me well, know I ain't about no games. You know, if you want to do something legitimate, want to do it the right way, I'm all in. But not perpetrate something that's a fraud and say, okay, we made it happen. And I think a lot of times the majority of firms don't respect us for doing those type of things. You know, so we got to be able to have some integrity. We got to be able to get out there and do the work. And because if you can do the work, you're going to get the work.
Okay, so you've been
as a subcontractor, that is.
So right. You've been successful, and
I'm not successful.
Okay, well, you know, okay, well that's not word on the street, but
right.
You've done well.
Yeah.
So when you have other general contractors who are at a certain level, and someone comes and says, I would like you to be part of this really big deal, and you come in as a subcontractor, is that a moment of clarification like, what do I do?
I'll come in as a partner. I'm not coming as a subcontractor.
So other folks have been in that position. That becomes a point when it says, you know, and if I go down that road as a subcontractor, can I ever sort of make my way back as a respected?
Yeah.
Because maybe I just took the money. You know, I just needed the money.
Right. I've never done it that way per se, and that's why maybe some people don't partner with me. Is because if you're going to partner with me, we're going to partner. You're not going to. If I'm not a subcontractor, you can't. I'm not going to let you put me in that role as a subcontractor.
So what exactly is a partner?
Partner means that like they manage the project, I'm going to have people in management of the project. If they're going to have superintendent on site, I'm going to have superintendents on site.
So how about if the superintendent's got issues? Like, we see things differently. What happens then?
Well, most of the time, because they're the big dog, they're going to have the lead superintendent.
Okay.
I'm going to have assistant superintendent, or I have an assistant project manager, or I have an engineer, project engineer, or administrative people on site to help manage the work, and we blend our staffs together.
But they're looking out for your interests. Your people are looking out for your interests.
Well, at the end of the day, they're looking out for the interests of the client. That's who you're working for.
Okay. So your relationship is with the client the same way as mine is with the client, not mine, and I come to you and say, hey, you.
Right.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit, if you would, about, say, mentorship and what that means. We had a young guy who was here, Jerome Olivier. He owns JP Electric.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about the shortage of people in the industry, like in the electrical industry, that they were begging people to stay in because of a shortage.
Right.
What does it look like in the training aspect that's out there for people in the trades?
There's definitely a shortage. And I think it goes back to the high school and middle school. Like when I was coming up, we had shop.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not going to be a doctor or a lawyer.
No.
Not everybody's going to get a 4-year degree. But plumbers can make up to $60 an hour. Electricians can make $25 to $35 to $45 an hour. But for some reason, our schools are not talking about that. They want everybody to be a lawyer, doctor, IT, all that kind of stuff. Somebody's got to work with their hands. Right now, what I see is the Hispanic community is taking it over.
For sure. I was out at a location a couple weeks ago, and there were a bunch of Hispanic women doing the painting.
Yeah, drywall as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I've had them on sites, projects that I'm on, where I was surprised.
I was surprised when I walked in and I seen these ladies painting.
Yeah.
And, I'm like, well, because you don't think of it. When the average person walks into a construction site, it just looks like mayhem.
Right.
There's we don't get the rhyme and reason of who's who, and people coming and going. It just looks like, craziness. But there's a rhyme and a reason to that. And then when I saw it, and I see it's kind of like there's a bunch of other folks, and you don't see a lot of black people who were there during those trades because we have pushed going to college.
Right.
Because even when I was in school, the people who went to Votech, you kind of look down at them like, oh, it's those guys. And you really don't need them till you need a plumber.
Right.
You really don't have that. Okay, well, it's like we look at teachers now.
Right.
We look at teachers in a whole different way now after this pandemic and forcing parents to turn into school teachers.
Right. I wish I could think of the joke that this guy told me. It was about an attorney that had a leaky faucet in his house. I can't think of how he put it, but he had a lot more respect for the plumber.
When it was over. You got that right. Because, when something goes wrong, you look at the person. He's an expert in that field, and we don't look at them like we're talking all of the things about essential workers. Mike King here. I'm here with Mr. Jones of Prestige Construction Group. Time 1:39 on the mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the area. I'm your host, Mike K. If you'd like to talk to us, give us a shout, 804-778-8888. At the top of the hour, we have Coach Candice Dion's discussion with Dion. She's going to be talking inspirational. I got to go away and pay some bills. Plus, my grandkids need stuff. We'll be back on the other side.
Are you tired of dating online? Bloom Matchmaking offers a safe and effective alternative. Every match is vetted and background checked. Bloom Matchmaking offers a personalized experience just for you. Check us out at bloommatchmaking.com or give us a call at 804-205-5063. Let Bloom take the stress out of dating. Mention On the Mic with Mike and receive 20% off. That number again is 804-205-5063.
Welcome to the
Bloom
SBA Weekly
Matchmaking,
Business
where
Tip.
love
I'm
grows.
Martin Short with the U.S. Small Business Administration, Virginia Richmond District Office. You need to make a strategic decision about which state, city, and neighborhood you choose to start your business. Your business location determines the taxes, zoning laws, and regulations. Research the best place. You need to register your business, pay taxes, obtain licenses and permits from your location of choice. Location should depend on your target market, partners, and preferences. To learn more, visit us at sba.gov/VA. We're here to help you start, grow, expand, or recover.
Mike King here, host of On the Mic with Mike.
And I'm Paula, the host of Modern Love.
You can find us together 1:30 on Fridays as
We talk about all things love. We talk about how modern matchmaking works. We talk about getting into a healthy, real relationship.
Stop swiping left and right and learn how to find love in all the right places. Paula Pardell, Modern Love Friday, exclusively on the Mic with Mike, and only heard here on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Hey, this is Mike King, the host of On the Mic with Mike, and I'm here with
Chef Robin Carter.
Chef. I hear you got some exciting news for our listeners.
Yes, available on our website right now at carolinagirlcatering.com is the holiday menu. It's available for pre-order until the 22nd, and then pickups and deliveries will be available the 23rd through the 25th.
And what can people expect on the holiday menu?
We have vegan options as well as non-vegan options. Everything on there is a side. We have potatoes, we have vegetable sides, charcuterie spreads along with boards available on there as well, handmade pies, carolinagirlcatering.com.
Thank you, attorneys Justin Lauder and Chris Gatewood at Threshold Counsel PC for sponsoring this program. They offer startup, business, and intellectual property services for innovative and growing organizations. You can find them online at threshold.cc.
Hanley Watches is the must-have, stylish, comfortable, and versatile timepiece for the person who values quality. Hanley offers sophisticated, modern designs that inspires confidence and generates conversation. Contact us today for the On the Mic with Mike promo. Hanley Watches is the official timepiece of Mike King Biz and On the Mic with Mike. Connect with us at HanleyWatches.com today.
HANDLEY, HanleyWatches.com.
Mike with Mike, from Michael Mike's, from the Michael Mike's, Michael Mike's. My name is Isabella, and you're listening to Mike King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. On the Mic with Mike, the time's 1:44. We are the best radio program in the air. We specialize business, life, and everything in between. We got Mr. Ken Jones, who is here with us. So, the construction industry now, you know what would be interesting? Let the folks know about certifications and working. If you have a business, the importance of working with the government. Now, you're SWAM certified. I think, okay, I see the look. Ladies and gentlemen, for folks who are not looking on, who are just listening to us, the look just said it all. Can you talk a little bit about?
No, we are the most certified people that you ever want to make. You can look at me and tell me I'm black. You can look at me and tell me that I'm. Can you look at me and say I'm black?
Yeah, you are. You know, I've seen a few black people in the day, and
yeah, but
sir, you qualify.
But we're certified, and get nothing for it.
Okay, so
but another label.
Okay, so are there government programs to help minorities that are out there that are worthwhile from an experienced person?
I'll give you my honest opinion.
That's why we asked you here.
A lot of government programs are Not effective. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Not effective. Okay. Not effective because of the way they run or the foundation of
it
them?
would be more effective if black folks did business with black folks.
We need to put you in touch with Sandra Wilson from Black Connections.
I don't know who Sandra Wilson is, but I'll tell you this. Until black folks start doing business with black folks, we're always going to be sitting at the bottom of the totem pole looking up. Until we do that. We have a different standard. When blacks are doing business with blacks, our standard is higher than when a black person doing work for a white person or a white person doing work for a black person. Standards are totally different. Totally different.
Agree.
Totally. Because they expect me to build it and make no dust. They expect me to build it and have no mud outside. But the other guy can have the mud outside, the dust, the dirt, not finish it, and they call me in to be able to take care of it. And they walk away, nothing scarred on their reputation. Let me stump my toe one time.
When the unrest happened and a friend of mine was shooting a TV show downtown and we were at the VMFA, and this was a day or two after a lot of the things had happened, and there were a lot of contractors and all people running around those buildings down there. And I looked around, and it just dawned on me that I'm like, how many black construction companies who could make money off of this are around here? And I saw none.
No.
I saw none, and I posted that, and people wanted to say things to me about, well, why was I looking at it that way? Because I was looking at it from a strictly, so there was an unrest that people felt unappreciated or there was a problem, and the group that came in to help the situation was white, and they made money off of that situation.
Right.
And I thought that was kind of weird and crazy and not correct. So when you look at the government policies and things that are going on, you think that things could run a little bit more efficiently, equally for minority contractors? Like, what could help minority contractors in the view of, say, white general contractors?
What could help them in the
Can the government legislate saying, you're shaking your head no. The government can't.
The government can't do anything but get out of the way. That's why I look at it. Because it's too much of a bureaucracy. And it's politics. Has politics ever done anything productive that you can think of?
I don't know. We've been through a rough couple of years here. I'm not exactly sure. So
I try to keep that out of my business.
I understand. Hey, so when you look at, can a minority contractor offer the same rates to get the deal as a non-minority general contractor? And if they can't, should the scales be adjusted so we can give Prestige a shot when maybe you wouldn't necessarily get one?
Well, best value. The government's got best value programs. Nobody else that I know does that, except private sector sometimes will do that.
What's the best value?
Best value means who's the best benefit to the government or the best person to be able to do this work.
Oh, so it's not just strictly a bottom line?
Not strictly about bottom line, yeah. But they got a lot of criteria that you got to go through in order to get to best value.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
no, the government's been doing that for years.
So you don't have to be the biggest and the best you just have to be a part of that and show that you can be a good value.
Right.
What's the number one thing holding small business or business people back in the construction industry from moving to the next level?
Especially what's going on right now. I won't call his name, but a former friend, I guess maybe still a friend, said to me, when white companies could catch a cold, black folks got pneumonia.
That is true.
So right now, the black construction industry's got pneumonia, and it's on life support. And until things turn around and we get through this, it's going to be tough going.
So when we look around and we see all the construction that's happening, that's not good for white general contractors construction?
It's great for them.
The trickle-down effect didn't kind of work. It's not working?
Trickle-down, no.
It never worked.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Because
you got greed involved. Anytime you got humans involved, it's going to be greed involved.
It's like, boy, they know how to mess it up. You put the human factor in. When it comes to business and greed, that is a thing. That's why this program always try and find, and some people think they could be hokey or whatever, business helping society be better. Because if you're just and you mess with people's money, you can affect how they do business.
Right.
And so when we have people here, people kind of look at this program like who's out there making a difference in the world, in Richmond. Which areas do you operate in? Virginia only or other?
Yeah, Virginia only. I try to stay within the area where I can get my hands on things. You know, that's probably narrow-minded, I guess. But I need to be able to get my hands on things if something start to go bad.
See, I've spent a lot of time in the military. When you stretch out supply lines, bad things happen.
Yeah.
That, not a lot of good things can happen.
But a lot of my friends have stretched. You know, to Florida, to Kentucky, to Maryland, to D.C. I was talking to a guy the other day. Well, they want me on a call at 2:00, talking about you should move to put an office in D.C. because they got so many billions of dollars that they've earmarked for minority-owned firms. In D.C., it's a little different than Richmond, but I've heard that over and over. I explored Atlanta at one time. Went down and met with some guys. They're still friends of mine. But do I want to go to Atlanta? Flight's pretty cheap, but still I can't get my hands on it. And I'm too old now.
I understand that thing. Like I tell people, this is it right here. This is the 60-year-old Mike. This ain't the 40, with a lot of energy.
Right.
When you look at, I always ask people when they come here, what gives you hope about the future?
What gives me hope about the future?
Come on, man. I know you got something.
Well, my hope for the future is our youth, really. And hopefully that they can, I would love to reduplicate multiple times what I've done or what I'm doing.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about that.
I would love to do that.
So you're tied up in the community. You do a lot with community. Talk about why that's important and what you're doing.
I used to do more with community. But, that's why I'm trying to do I don't want to call it a trade school, but I want to call it something to help minority businesses move to the next level. And how it's the framework of what I'm doing, I haven't finished putting it all together. I have a retired professor from Virginia Union that's going to be working with me, I think. Matter of fact, she just texted me before I came in here saying we hadn't talked in a while. And I've got a guy in North Carolina that's going to help me with putting my strategic plan together so we can go out and get funding for this. But I think it's a good time for it because a lot of minority-owned firms have struggled, and a lot of it's come from management within the administration and accounting and not keeping the books right. And, because a lot of times people think construction is just out there doing the work, but you got to have a back office as well. The administrative side of it is just important.
Is that the number one thing that you see that kind of is the gotcha?
That's what I've seen, yeah. I mean, I'm a small company, and I have a CPA on staff to keep you out of trouble. And sometimes you still get in trouble because it's just so tight out there.
So, and the margins are thin and trying to bid on jobs and get jobs and all those things. So you keep somebody right in-house to stay, to toe the line.
Absolutely.
What do other people do? Bring them in as needed?
I don't know exactly what other people do. And maybe people a lot smarter than me, they do it themselves. But I don't trust myself as far as making sure taxes are paid and calculating payroll taxes and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to get involved in that.
What's the next big thing for Prestige on the horizon for you?
I don't want to talk about it because my contract's not signed yet. But we just partnered with someone to do a pretty good sizable project in Virginia, I would say. And I'm trading emails with them this morning. Says, where's my contract? Where's my contract? A majority-owned firm. But we've been working on this thing for about a year, and we finally got it to the point that it's almost over the finish line.
All right, the time's 1:55, Mr. Jones. So let people know how they could find you here.
PrestigeConstruction.com, 745 all zeros, extension 1.
745 all zeros.
Extension 1.
Why the extension 1?
Because I'm number one.
Because you're the big dog.
I don't say I'm the big dog. I'm the one that does everything. I sweep the floors, I vacuum, I clean the bathrooms, I get the copy paper when it's needed, change the paper out when it's needed, and keep everybody.
What's the
going.
biggest difference in business climate these days than it was, say, when you started?
It was fun when I started.
At what point did it stop being fun?
Stopped being fun in '99 for me.
Exactly. Not well. I think it was kind of no. It's okay, sir. What happened in '99?
I don't. That's a long story.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time. This is radio.
Yeah.
So so it totally stopped being fun, or it wasn't as much fun as it used to be.
It wasn't as much fun as it used to be. I'll tell you this. I had a local business guy that we had a problem with that almost put me out of business in 1999. I'll never forget it. And I was told by some other people go down and apologize to him for messing up his project. So I went down and we didn't mess up his project, but I went down and apologized. And he said, after I finished begging him, apologizing to him, he said, "Look, you looking from the bottom up, I'm looking from the top down, and get out of my office."
Okay.
You can end it on that one.
That is true. That's something when there's not many places to go after that.
No,
there's not. All right, we'd like to thank you for coming in at Times 157. We'd like to thank Mr. Jones for coming. I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
On the Mic with Mike, we talk to the game changers in the area. We bring information to you. The Times 157. We'll be back at the top with Coach Candice, Dion. That was discussion with Dion. All right, thanks now. Take care, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy with Beyond. I believe it should not be confusing or expensive for your business to accept credit cards. As a social enterprise business advocate, my mission gets you paid faster with fair rates, helping your business grow. We can be contacted at area code 804-503-8472, 804-503-8472, or at getbeyond.com. Again, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Quick, easy collect. We make it easier than you expect.
This is Candice Dion. Make sure you tune into Discussions with Dion every Monday at 2 p.m., where we talk inspiration, motivation, natural health, fitness, and life. You can find me at Dancing with Dion, D-I-O-N, dancingwithdion.com, and Candice Dion on Facebook and Instagram.
Talking about being your best. Discussions with Dion. Mondays on the Mic with Mike. Here on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Hey guys, this is Robin with DB Arcade Commercial Video and Photography. If you need creative visual content for social media or traditional advertising, then we're the team you want working for you. We create custom ROI-driven videos and photography for your business, no matter what products or services you offer. We've worked with local newspapers, gyms, real estate agents, financial advisors, clothing companies, restaurants, and more. For more information, check us out on our website at db-arcade.com.
Welcome to Miss Gurley's, conveniently located at 4809 Parker Street, in the heart of Fulton. We take food back to the basics, just like our grandmother, Gurley Frances Crump, used to do it, the way we've always done it. So grab your family, grab your friends, and come taste a little bit of home.
This
Open
is
for business,
WJFN
11
Houston,
a.m.
WJFN Chester, 100.5 FM, 92.7 FM, and AM 820.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says that he expects that Americans will start receiving their second stimulus payments next week. More on this from correspondent Bernie Bennett.
Lawmakers in the White House reached an agreement on a $900 billion coronavirus relief package on Sunday that includes direct payments of up to $600 for adults and children. Congress still needs to vote on the bill, whose text has not yet been released as of Monday morning, and President Trump still needs to sign it. The payments in the bill will be the second round of direct payments that Congress has provided to help people cover expenses during the coronavirus pandemic. Mnuchin called direct payments a very, very fast way of getting money into the economy. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Also at townhall.com, this late word, the European Union has given official approval for the coronavirus vaccine developed by BioNTech and Pfizer to be put onto the market across the 27-nation bloc. Deliveries of the vaccine have been penciled in to start on Saturday. Inoculations beginning across the EU on December 27th. AAA expects the vast majority of Americans to stay home this holiday season due to COVID-19. Correspondent Shelley Adler reports.
AAA expects holiday travel to drop at least 29% from last year. However, as many as 84.5 million Americans may still hit the road. If you're one of those drivers, AAA spokeswoman Jeanette McGee says, plan ahead.
You're going to want to limit the number of times you do stop to fill up or get food. To, again, just reduce your exposure to the common elements.
And there are new CDC recommendations.
If you are traveling, they encourage you to take a test, a COVID test, about 1 to 3 days before you travel, and then another one 3 to 5 days after you return.
I'm Shelley Adler.
And on Wall Street, stocks are mixed now. The Dow is up 45 points, but the Nasdaq is down 20. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Let's say you've decided to build a bicycle from scratch. Sounds like an impossible project for my skills, but let's say you've got the skills and I offer you an advantage, a special tool that would help you build the bike faster while saving you legitimate money. My guess is you'd say, bring it on. If you wouldn't, well then this commercial isn't going to make much sense. My name is Ryan, I'm from United Faith Mortgage, and we believe we have an advantageous tool for you. Our mortgage team is lucky to have a direct lender advantage. Our company is set up to use its own money and make its own lending decisions within its own walls. And often, this advantage allows us to get your refinance or new home loan done faster and get you a better rate, which saves you monthly and lifelong money. Rates are historically low. Now is the time to see how our special tool might work for you. We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1335. REC NMLS number 65233. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
South African scientists say they're working with the World Health Organization to investigate a new variant to the coronavirus that causes COVID-19, which is surging in parts of the country.
Local scientists say that South Africa's new variant appears to be unrelated to the new variant found in the UK, but it does share one important mutation. The shared mutation affects the way the virus attaches to human cells, and scientists speculate that's what's behind the faster transmission of this virus. Researchers in the UK say the mutated virus there is 70% more transmissible.
BBC correspondent Pumsa Falani reporting from Johannesburg. In London, 2 members of an international people smuggling gang have been convicted of manslaughter over the deaths of 39 people from Vietnam. Their bodies were found in the back of a container truck in southeastern England last year. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. In consumer news, fuel price analyst Troby Lundberg says gasoline prices continued slowly upward in the latest Lundberg survey.
We have a rise of 4 cents per gallon at the pump nationally. The new average for regular grade is $2.26. This makes almost 8 cents in the past 4 weeks.
The rise in crude oil prices spurred that increase. The highest average price in the nation, $3.34 a gallon in San Francisco. The lowest average, $1.81 in Houston. The average price of diesel spiked 6 cents over the past 2 weeks to $2.58. The survey was conducted on Friday. Well, how does this sound? McDonald's selling a sandwich in China. It's made of Spam topped with crushed Oreo cookies. The sandwich is also topped with mayonnaise. This lunch meat burger is part of a series of members-only promotions to be released in China. More on these stories at townhall.com. I'm John Scott.
Mr. Joyce, sometimes people don't maintain their heating and cooling system.
You wouldn't go a year without changing the battery in your smoke detector, would you?
You would never do that.
Make sure your smoke detector has fresh batteries and call James River Air to make sure your heating and cooling systems are tuned up and ready for duty.
Anytime's a good time for a tune-up.
Plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and appliances. James River Air can service all of these systems We are your whole home service partner. Call or click JamesRiverAir.com.
Feel the hot new reels and cool cash at Rosie's Gaming Emporium. Are you ready for added excitement, more ways to win, and bigger payouts? Then stop into your favorite Rosie's and check out our all-new machines where jackpot pools start at $100,000. Don't miss the next level of jackpots, new ways to win, and big-time payouts. Only at Rosie's Gaming Emporium.
Stop by and win today or click rosiesgaming.com for more info. rosiesgaming.com.
There's a news star in Virginia, thevirginiastar.com. Finally, there's a newspaper in Virginia that delivers the unfiltered truth on politics and information you need to know.
I love it. It's about time.
Man, it's great. I read it every morning. Thevirginiastar.com. Unbiased. No slant, just facts. Thevirginiastar.com. It's not the mainstream media, it's the truth stream media. So if you're tired of fake news, get real news now. Thevirginiastar.com.
John Frederick.
Dennis in Ohio on line one. Dennis, you're live.
I listen to the show every day. I really appreciate everything you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job for the country.
Bubba in Ohio. Bubba, you're live.
Hey, John, big fan. Thanks for what you're doing.
Let's get to Ivan in Woodbridge, Georgia. Ivan, you're live, line two.
Hey, John, good morning. Thank you for taking the call, and you are doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much.
The John Frederick Show. Listen all around the world on the John Frederick Show app, available in the Apple Store and Google Play.
Truly a fantastic, fantastic news and people report.
RVA's leading social enterprise show. On the Mic with Mike on WJFN Radio. Daily at 1 p.m. Mike King Biz, delivering food for thought. To find out more about the dynamic host of On the Mic with Mike, please visit his website at MikeKingBiz.com.
On the Mic with Mike, weekdays 1 p.m., part of the Midday Buffet on the all-new WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
This is Candice Dion. Make sure you tune into Discussions with Dion every Monday at 2 p.m., where we talk inspiration, motivation, natural health, fitness, and life. You can find me at Dancing with Dion, D-I-O-N, dancingwithdion.com, and Candice Dion on Facebook and Instagram.
Talking about being your best. Discussions with Dion. Mondays on the Mic with Mike. Here on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Discussions with Dion. It is Monday. It is about 2 p.m. I hope you're ready for an awesome time today. It is a few days before Christmas, and I hope you all are excited, getting prepared, and, trying to make this 2020 Christmas as good as possible.
Yes. Welcome to the program. You got to give a shout out to your makeup folks.
Yes. So
yes.
Every Monday, right before I come here, Monte does my hair. Well, does my makeup. I do my hair, but he does my makeup and does an awesome job. I appreciate him. He's also the one I talked about last week that released a single. He also sings.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, and so he has many, many talents.
Alrighty.
So yes, thank you so much. Monte, thank you so much. I appreciate it. He takes his time and does this for me, and I wouldn't be able to do it without him.
There you go. So you're always here with some good info. What you got going on this week?
So we are going to talk about the natural tips that we're going to talk about today is apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. Not the best tasting stuff in the world.
No, I will agree.
But has some awesome benefits. But before we get into that, I want to shout out one other business.
Here we go.
One other business. I have an awesome friend. Her name is Tara Adams, and she is a local realtor here in Richmond, Virginia, and the surrounding areas. She is awesome in so many ways, but excellent. Also, she also has her own. She has a nonprofit organization
There you go.
as well.
So how do folks find Tara Adams?
So her number is 804-402-0499. 804-402-0499. Also, her website is beintentional.kwrealty.com. And so if you need a realtor, Tara Adams is your girl.
I always say cool people know cool people.
Yes.
You know cool people.
I have been blessed to meet a lot of different people that are all have so many different talents in what I do, in this business that I do.
Hey, folks, give Tara Adams a shout. We're always out there supporting folks who support us.
Yes. So we can get into this natural health tips.
Okay.
So apple cider vinegar, it's important, one, that you want to get the raw apple cider vinegar. You want it to be unfiltered, unprocessed, not heated, because it has what they call the mother in it. So it still has all the good nutrients in it. The heat hasn't killed the nutrients. And so you definitely want to get raw apple cider vinegar. And why do you want to take it? What would be the benefits of taking it?
So my wife is always on me to take the
raw.
It's
Okay.
nasty.
I'm
just gonna get that out of the way.
Yes,
but it's supposed to help the digestive system.
Correct.
I got to give a shout out to your mother too, because she said to me about the basically the cheap dollar store lemon juice.
It's not.
It's
not necessarily
yes,
ideal.
okay,
not ideal.
There,
but, not ideal. But
yeah, she did. So give her.
Yeah.
So step up my game. It's regular lemons.
A lot of times it is. It definitely is a quality.
Yes.
Quality over quantity,
well,
or
I thank her for that. So.
Well, good.
I just remembered that.
Yeah, so but it's the same. It's the same thing with that. Yeah, we don't want to get the apple cider vinegar that costs $1. We don't want So this bottle here. This is Kroger's organic raw apple cider vinegar, and so it's going to always cost you somewhere between $3 to $5.
Okay.
For the
and
raw.
And the benefits of having apple cider vinegar.
So one, our liver loves it. So our liver loves bitter things, and remember, our liver processes everything that we take in, and even what we put on our body. Like it even processes, the lotion we put on our body goes into our system, the deodorant, and the liver is the one that processes everything. And so our livers can get worn out, especially if we're not giving our livers anything to help give it some tender loving care.
So you said the liver love things that are bitter.
Yes. So that's why also lemon is good for the liver as well. But yes, apple cider vinegar is great for our liver. Apple cider vinegar is also great with it being great for the liver, that's how it connects to the digestive system, because the liver, of course, is one of the main organs of digestion. Okay. And so that's why it's great for the digestion system. Apple cider vinegar is also good for helping with metabolizing and balancing blood sugar. So it's just one of the properties that it does. And so, if you have blood sugar issues, if you are diabetic, I deal with insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is essentially pre-diabetes. So that's part of the reason why I take it. I carry it around with me.
So how often do you carry the...
This is literally my bottle. And I went to a holiday dinner with 5 of my girlfriends I've known since elementary school.
And you're pulling out
Saturday,
apple cider vinegar bottle.
And literally just shot it down, took some water, a little bit of water, and shot that down. They were like, straight from the bottle, Candice? I said, straight from the bottle.
Now, okay, Coach. People take a lot of things straight to the head, right from the... But you're shooting apple cider vinegar.
I don't drink alcohol. I've never had a shot of alcohol in my life, ever in my life, in my 39 years. And so, but I shoot this. So
okay. See,
yeah,
listen, that's what we bring here.
Alcohol.
But
yes, but I will shoot this because it's worth it, and the benefits really do go on and on and on. It has many benefits. I actually put this on my face as well. It can help. It can be used almost as an astringent. To help.
Done that. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So wait a second. So, how long would a bottle like that take for you to be done with it?
So I try to use it if I can every time I eat. because so I am definitely using it for helping with my digestion and also helping with maintaining my blood sugar balance. So that's why it's important for me to take it when I eat, but I also take it at bedtime too. And so,
Are you mixing that with water, or are you just taking it
so
straight up?
so I can, you can definitely take like a teaspoon to a tablespoon, mix it in half a cup of water and drink it down. So if I shoot this straight to my head, right, I drink some water, hold it in my mouth, and then put it in, and then shoot it, and then do that.
Okay.
Or shoot it and then drink some water afterwards. That is, I mean, that definitely helps. That definitely helps. And so they have those new gummies that everyone's been talking about, the Goji gummies. That you see all over the place. They have everyone advertising it. People really like it. The good thing about those gummies are that actually the apple cider vinegar, because that's important. The apple cider vinegar it does proclaim to be raw. So that's an awesome way to be able to take that is to get those Goji gummies that everyone's now talking about. And those are clearly don't taste as bad and are much easier than carrying this in your purse. And yeah, you can definitely take those out and eat it whenever you eat as well. But yes, apple cider vinegar is something that you definitely want to consider putting into your daily routine as an awesome health tip, because it really is. It really is something that is inexpensive, but the benefits are so great.
Time 2:16 discussions with Dion. Coach Candice Dion is here with us.
Yes.
Alrighty. Apple cider vinegar. Okay.
Yes,
well,
apple cider vinegar. So, yeah, yep. I love it. I suggest a lot of people to take it, and it can be used, like I said, in so many different ways. It's not the best tasting stuff in the world. I know some people are going to be like, I just can't take it because of the taste. But you know, if you want to mix it in a little juice or something as well, you can.
So
but it's worth it.
bitter is good for the
bitter things are good for our liver.
Okay.
That's why lemon and lime, apple cider vinegar is good for the liver. But one of the main herbs that is great for the liver is milk thistle. Milk thistle is an herb. You can get it in a capsule. It's great for our livers. Our livers are one of the main, one of the main organs. If our liver goes, we will go soon after.
Yeah.
And so we tend to not do things to give our liver any tender loving care. We need to do that. So apple cider vinegar and milk thistle are two things that are not extremely pricey, but can make a great impact on your body.
How can folks find Coach Candice?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Candice Dion, Dion, Candice Dion. My last name is Braxton, like Tony Braxton, so you can put in Candice Dion or Candice Dion Braxton. And then my website is dancingwithdion, DION.com, where I offer a Zumba subscription service for only $11.99 a month. You get unlimited access to 10 of my Zumba videos. You can watch them how many ever times you want, on whatever device you want, whenever you want. $11.99 a month. You can sign up for that on the website. You can book a natural health consultation like we're talking about here. If you have any type of health concerns whatsoever, there are natural things you can apply to your life that I would be able to educate you on. And so that's what the health consultation consists of. Me educating you on natural things that you can apply to your life to be able to handle your health concerns with that. You can book a health consultation on there. You can get one of my awesome oil blends. My line of oil blends is called A and B, Anointed and Blessed, A and B blends. And I have 5 blends for 5 different reasons. The 2 top sellers have always been the blend for pain, which I call Ease the Feeling, and then the blend for hair growth stimulation, which is called Grow It Out. But I have a blend called Woosah that is great for helping relax, calm, and settle yourself. I have a blend called Think It Over, which is for being able to be more alert, concentrate, and focus better. I have a ton of parents. I have at least 5 or 6 parents for the last several years that have gotten that blend, the Think It Over blend, for their children with ADHD and autism. Continuous customers that get it every couple of months for their children. And then the last blend, which is thoroughly important right now, is a blend called Deep Breath, which cleanses and protects the lungs. So we know what 2020 has brought us. And so I have nurses, police officers, factory workers. I have people that are actually saying, I feel that this oil blend is helping protect me.
Gotcha. So for folks who are looking on Facebook, explain the picture and explain to you what this means.
So yes, this picture here is me about 15 to 17 years ago. I was 365 pounds. For the ladies out there, I was a size 30. And by the grace of God, without any surgery, I was able to lose a range between 150 to 180 pounds. Everything hasn't been perfect. But yes, I right now stand at about a loss of 150 pounds with no surgery. 16, 17 years ago, I was 365, started on my journey. Then about 7 years ago, I lost my job. Like I said, lost a job because I chose not to take a flu shot. And
Which
I lost
we're
my
coming
job.
into now.
Right.
This whole shot with the vaccine thing is going to turn into something.
Right. And so.
And there are going to be people who are not going to take it for whatever reason.
Right. I haven't made up my mind on it myself. And so that will be something that I will definitely be in prayer about and research.
All right.
And so.
Times 221 on the mic with Mike. This is Discussions with Dion. We got Coach Candice Dion here. We're going to go away for a minute. Okay, once again, the folks who make the magic happen, we got to show them some love, your people.
My makeup is done by Monte. His real name is Corey. But
Monte just sounds like more of the stylish part.
Yes. So Monte. And if anybody can tag him on Facebook or anything, you can tag him. He's awesome. He does magic every time I come here, and I appreciate him in many, many ways.
All right, and the realtor.
And my awesome friend Tara Adams. If you need any help with finding a house in Richmond, Virginia, or the surrounding areas, Tara Adams is your realtor. You can reach her at 804-402-0499. or at beintentional.kwrealty.com.
And with that, we'll be back on the other side.
Hi, Chef Michelle here of Ma Michelle's Cafe, home of the Soul Rolls, located at 10811 Whole Street Road. Give us a call at 804-912-1644 or order online at mamichelle's.com. Ask about our off-site catering options as well as our online ordering through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Follow us on all social media at Ma Michelle's Cafe. That's Ma Michelle's, Soul south of the James. Mention Mike on the mic and get a free dessert on us. Special rules apply.
Yes, this is Don Treese Brown. We're Brown Baylor, proud sponsors of the Swagger Series. Please feel free to follow us on our social media channels, The Brown Baylor. You can also visit us on our website, brownbaylor.com, and you can follow us on our most recent project, Hidden in Plain Sight, site.org.
Brown Baylor, Hidden in Plain Sight, sponsors of the On the Mic with Mike Swagger music series. Hear brand new stars every Friday at 2 p.m. only on the Mic with Mike and WJFN, 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Thank you, attorneys Justin Lauder and Chris Gatewood at Threshold Counsel PC for sponsoring this program. They offer startup, business, and intellectual property services for innovative and growing organizations. You can find them online at threshold.cc.
Hanley Watches is the must-have, stylish, comfortable, and versatile timepiece for the person who values quality. Hanley offers sophisticated, modern designs that inspires confidence and generates conversation. Contact us today for the On the Mic with Mike promo. Hanley Watches is the official timepiece of Mike King Biz and On the Mic with Mike. Connect with us at HanleyWatches.com today.
HANDLEY, HanleyWatches.com.
Welcome to Miss Gurley's, conveniently located at 4809 Parker Street, in the heart of Fulton. We take food back to the basics, just like our grandmother, Gurley Frances Crump, used to do it, the way we've always done it. So grab your family, grab your friends, and come taste a little bit of home. Open for business 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
I enjoy listening to On the Mic with Mike every day at 1 p.m.
That's what I do!
Welcome back to Discussions with Dion. I am Candice Dion, and always so happy to be here with Mike, the awesome Mike Biz that is helping Richmond and the surrounding areas put local businesses on. So I salute you and appreciate you.
Well, I see what you're doing out there, just trying to be a part of big time stuff is happening for you.
Yes.
So what you got new and exciting going on?
Well, I am, everyone's ramping up for, whatever these New Year's resolutions are going to be for the new year. So I am definitely rolling out some things for the first of the year. But right now, I have an awesome sale still going on my oil blends. They're regularly $20, but all 5 of my oil blends are on sale for $16 a piece. You can order them on the website, dancingwithdion.com. That sale goes on until Christmas Eve. And so, yes, go on there, order them. I have a ton of testimonials on there. You can also just contact me if you have any questions on there or on Facebook or Instagram. You can inbox me or DM me, Candice Dion, if you have any questions on the oil blends. But I have a ton of testimonials on there. Regularly $20. They're on sale for $16 now. Make sure you get that sale, because it will be going away in a few days.
So you've been successful as far as losing weight and building a business. What do the two have in common?
Definitely not giving up. Just simply, not if you take some hits, or if you stumble, we don't just stay on the ground and just build a home down there, just because that's where I'm going to stay. No, you get up, brush yourself off and keep going. So I was, pressing to never, ever give up. And so that's definitely, being consistent, having that drive and, just pressing forward. And honestly, as cliche as this might sound, just really trusting God, because I know that was what he wanted me to do. I needed to lose the weight. I needed to lose the weight. And, he allowed me to lose my job because I needed to start this business. And so, no matter what, God has steered me. He has not steered me wrong, and he will never steer me wrong. And so
you lose your job, you start the business.
Mm-hmm.
You're out there rocking and rolling. Things are pretty good. Coach Candice is all over Richmond, just killing it with the dance classes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Pandemic happens.
Right. Pandemic happens. Didn't really know what I was going to do. But, I said, okay, everyone's clearly having to do virtual. But how can I do virtual at an excellent level? Mm-hmm. And that's where the idea of the subscription service.
And so now, where the pandemic forced you to go virtual and took the leash off of you being tied to Richmond.
Right, exactly.
Because you said, you're saying, I'm ready to blow up. Right. I kind of got Richmond, I'm good with Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take this.
Now I'm going to take it worldwide. Time to take it worldwide. And so that is what the pandemic has pushed me into doing, is to putting myself in a better position with the business. And so now everything is in a way where all I have to do now is just market correctly, and every part of my business can happen and flow and generate income while I'm asleep. And so I'm grateful for that. And so really, I was able to take lemon and legit make lemonade. And so I encourage everyone else. I encourage everyone in the midst of this pandemic, where there are a lot of things that can weigh us down, we have to find, be grateful and find gratitude in the things that are still positive. There are for sure still positive things that we can see and be grateful for. And so, and especially, if, I know people, we know holidays aren't the easiest time for people.
That is true.
And then Christmas 2020 will definitely not be an
It's not
easy
gonna
time
be.
for people. So those of us that know, I know that I am supposed to inspire, encourage, and motivate people. And so I know during this time it is vitally important for me to do that to the people I know and the people I don't know. It is so vital right now. And so that's part of what I'm going to do. I'm going to spread joy. And I'm, the little things in life, buying someone's coffee behind me, whatever the case is, just speaking blessings over someone's life. Those things can make a lifelong change.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is called Inspiration Radio. Life Coach Candice, Dion here. Okay, really quickly, because we got to run. Tell folks what you brought in for us, because like I said, I'm not allowed to eat it on air.
So my mother makes awesome food.
Okay.
And so she has her custom ginger pear butter, which is like a version of apple butter, with pears, handmade, and then some handmade wheat rolls from we fresh ground the wheat ourselves.
Okay.
And so yes.
All right. So we'd like to thank your parents for the hookup there.
Yes.
Coming straight from Richmond to become like green, the farmers.
Have a green thumb. Yeah.
Exactly.
Which they didn't do at all when they were growing up.
Hey,
so
I hear you. It's what you learn along the way. We'd like to thank you. So we'll see you next week. Really, once again, how can folks find you?
Find me on Facebook and Instagram, Candice Dion, Dion, CandiceDion.com. And also the website is dancingwithdion.com, where you can find everything you need, all my services and products over there.
And remember the sale until Christmas Eve.
Yes.
All right, folks, that's what you got to do. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that is Life Coach. This is Discussion with Dion. Up next, we have John Millen, who is on with us. He is the chief hacker for Benefit Hackers. Going to talk about making sure all life insurance things are in place here. What's going on out in the world today, organizational skills to run your business better. On the other side, John Millen, one of Mike with Mike, the best business radio program around. I'd like to thank Coach Candice for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. Thanks now.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy with Beyond. I believe it should not be confusing or expensive for your business to accept credit cards. As a social enterprise business advocate, my mission gets you paid faster with fair rates, helping your business grow. We can be contacted at area code 804-503-8472, 804-503-8472, or at getbeyond.com. Again, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Quick, easy collect. We make it easier than you expect.
Hey everyone, it's Heather Marie Van Cleve with Heather Marie Speaks, and I'm on the mic with Mike on WJFN Radio Thursdays from 2 to 2:30 p.m., bringing encouragement, education, and empowerment for mental health awareness with a little bit of fashion infused. Join me every Thursday from 2 to 2:30. I'll see you then.
When Heather Marie speaks, you should be listening. On the Mic with Mike, weekdays 1 to 3 on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
This is Mike King Biz of On the Mic with Mike, and I'm here with the Dope Soap Lady.
Yes, it's the Dope Soap Lady. I got them sales. I got that BOGO, buy one, get one. Come and get this Dope Soap today.
How do people find the Dope Soap Lady?
Gina'sLove.com.
Mike King isn't a businessman. He's a businessman with his own talk show. On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the Mic with Mike. You heard the man. This is the best business radio program around. I'm your host, Mike King. Shout out to our show sponsor, Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Credit card merchant services, if that's what you need, Tom Childry's the guy who can help you with that. 804 is the number here at the station. If you ever want to give us a call, 804-778-8888 on the Mic with Mike. Up next, we have Mr. John Millen. John, welcome to the program, sir.
Mike, thanks for having me.
Alrighty, so here, tell folks a little bit about what you do. The chief hacker is, the benefit hacker. That's catchy. And you laughed at it because it is catchy.
It is catchy because. So, Mike, thanks for having me on. We, insurance is very conservative. Insurance is intimidating. Insurance is boring. And then when you talk about health insurance and health care, it's an old industry with a lot of repeated techniques and things that happen year over year that just get repeated. And so we started our company 20 years ago here in Richmond and just got frustrated with like the same old thing being talked about over and over. And what happens specifically with health insurance is the rates go up every year and the coverage gets worse. And the people that get squeezed the hardest are the employees. It's not the insurance companies. It's the employees and then the employers as well. So we try to ethically hack, so to speak, or find shortcuts or find strategies that work, that have worked, but yet no one's told anybody about. And we find that that's a very refreshing approach when we're talking to employers.
That's good. So we're coming. What big changes? Okay, let folks know the name of your company and what services that you provide.
Sure. So the name of our company is PPG Benefits, and we're an independent employee benefit advisory firm. So any company that has 5 employees or more, it's usually 5 to 150, maybe 250 employees is kind of our market. If you have employees where you offer benefits, we service those needs as an independent advisor with a variety of solutions and companies.
What's the number one thing? So businesses are out there. What regulations have changed going into 2021 that a lot of business owners are not aware of?
That's a good question, Mike. There's always a multitude of regulatory changes, right? Just like in any industry. What I would say, maybe not from a regulatory standpoint that's happening next year, is what's happened this year and it's moving into next year is what's going on with cost control. So what we found is last year at this time, employers were scrambling for the best talent. And one way you get the good talent is by paying them more.
That is true.
But we find that employees work at companies they don't even like anymore because their benefits are so strong. So it's not just pay. It's the whole package, and it's culture, right, and it's meaning. So last year, our message was very different than this year. Last year it was, we need to help you look at your package and make it stand out from your competitors. Because if you're a plumbing company and you're hiring plumbers or electricians, you're fighting for talent. There's not enough to go around. So last year it was, okay, we need to drastically enhance your package so you stand out. What happened in March, it flipped. It went into protection mode. It went into life preserver mode. And so the messaging changed and the demand changed as well.
So businesses are out there. That's what everyone thinks. What does it look like for businesses going into 2021 now as far as recruitment, retention for new employees? I guess because we are in a whole different world now.
Yes. Yeah, sure, Mike. It kind of depends, in my opinion, on the industry. So I'll give you some examples of industries that are flourishing that really weren't hit that hard, so to speak, right? There's always an outlier. But anything that's coming to your house to fix stuff, HVAC, plumbers, electricians, right? High demand. I have several clients in that market sector, They cannot hire. They have too much business they're turning away. They don't have enough people. That industry might have taken a little bit of a hit, but it kept rolling. Because if you think about it, people stayed at home.
True.
And now they're using those services. Parts of the nonprofit sector, depending on what that nonprofit sector, where their income is coming from, those have remained pretty steady. Certain parts of the construction industry, maybe not the home builders, but commercial construction companies and things of that nature that are on a lag. Also manufacturing. If they're manufacturing goods that are durable throughout good and bad times, we have several accounts in that sector. They've done pretty well. So they're still fighting for talent. And then you flip over to restaurants, totally different game, right?
Okay.
Totally different scenario because, boy, they've been hammered really hard. And so they've had to scale back and maybe lay off, and the needs are maybe a little bit different there.
So for your business model, what has it done? What has COVID done to you guys?
Wow. Well, from a personal standpoint, I got sick in July. I was down for 10 days. My wife got sick 5 days after I did. She got admitted to the hospital for 14 days. So
wow.
It hit us really hard, and we're the primary partners of the firm. We have 5 employees, so we went down big time. And it impacted our company. We had to go remote, which wasn't a huge stretch, but it's still a change for a lot of companies. When you're used to working in an office with the camaraderie, and then you're like, hey, we're not working together, we're working from home. It is different. And then you have the
Let me ask you that right there. How do you hold on to that culture with everyone working remotely?
Such a good question, because we struggled with that initially. I'll tell you what we did, and we didn't just create it on the spot. We had already been doing it, but it really helped. And it's going to sound so simple. You're going to be like, yeah, that's easy to do, but it's hard to do consistently. And that's daily training with my team. And my training calls are 15 to 20 minutes. And what we do is we're on a certain curriculum. We use Cardone University. We've been using it for 2 years. And it's videos you watch, and then you talk about them every morning. Everyone talks about what they learned, and we have been doing that already. And so when COVID hit, we went remote. We were already in the groove of get something positive in your head to start your day with,
okay,
share it with somebody else, and see your team via Zoom. That probably was the single thing, if I had to pick one. It's so simple, and it didn't cost a whole lot, and it's not that time-consuming, but that probably held us together the most.
Ladies and gentlemen, at time 2:43, we have John Millen of PPG Solutions. He's here talking to us about the insurance industry. So had you always been focused on the health part, or is that something
No.
How'd you go to that direction?
Yeah. Yeah, people don't usually get into it and like, hey, I want to sell health insurance. Like, I tell people I don't like selling insurance, period. I like solving problems. But we started out 20 years ago selling legal insurance, little voluntary benefit plan.
Okay.
And over time, as we kept seeing companies being introduced with stuff, we'd after a while be like, man, they're really doing this a bad job. Maybe we could do it better. And over time, we'd like, let's do that. Let's do that. So we added health we started consulting with companies on health about 8 years ago and brought it on full steam maybe about 4 years ago. Just because we saw people doing it, and we're like, that is not right. So it's driven from not how much money can I make, because it's a lot of work. It's driven from, man, those employees deserve better, and we're going to do it for them.
And so to the business owner, how does this impact the business owner from the bottom line standpoint? Because a lot of times like you said, health insurance, the costs go up and what you get goes down. I would guess that that's a struggle every day. All the businesses have been impacted by COVID. What's the chatter that you hear that business owners are coming to you saying, hey, John, what can we do?
Yep. So I'll give two of my best tips to business owners, and these are the questions I ask usually early on in a relationship before we jump into running rates, because the rates part is easy. That's the easiest part of the process. The first question I ask is, I say, Mike, would you say your employees are an asset or a liability to you? And you would say what?
I would say, now, if I got a young, healthy, if I got the Mike from 1980, I'd say that, John, that's clearly an asset. If you got the Mike of 2020, you'd be like, hey, John, man, I'd like to think I'm an asset, but
I'm with you.
that may be debatable. So if you have a young, healthy workforce, I think it may be an asset. If you have an older one, it may be, it may be on the other side.
Gotcha. So what I'm actually referring to has nothing to do with your health. It has to do with the impact of the company. So when I talk to a nonprofit that has people in their 50s, that is a clear asset, right?
Okay.
They're knowledgeable, right? So
I'm good there. I'm knowledgeable. Yeah, more than before. I'm good.
Gotcha. So you view them as an asset. Then I say, okay, the money you spend, you're spending $500,000 a year in your benefits package. Do you view that as an expense or an investment? And this is what trips people up.
Yeah, that's one of those moments you got to stop for a second.
The asset comes quick. Oh yeah, they're an asset. Oh, that's an expense. Okay, wait a minute. No. You just said they're an asset. So you invest in assets, right?
Yeah.
So you need to mentally make that. And this is a hard one. Like, you're telling me, John's $500,000, I need to think of it as an investment? I'm like, absolutely. In fact, I might ask you to spend more. And that's really shocking because I'm just speaking truth. Look, Mike, you're spending $500,000 on benefits, and then every single one of your employees has to spend another $5,000 out of their pocket before anything kicks in. You need to improve the value of what you're spending. So sometimes, and it doesn't matter to me, I don't get paid more when they spend more. You may need to spend more because you're already spending $500,000. So what's another 100? To make it worthwhile, and those two questions pivot the conversation from insurance to business.
That is true. Because like you said, if they're, I'm putting it out anyway, and then you ask those tough, because those are tough questions that a lot of times business owners know what they know. And then that's why you bring in trusted advisors to people to ask those questions. Most people get that first question, okay, this is what I am. But now the second question, when you delve down deeper into it, you're like, okay, now that's where you get the conversation started. It stops being health related to business related.
Yep, to business owner. I'll give you another example. I'm talking to a healthcare company earlier this year. The first conversation was, John, I need to trim expenses because of COVID. No problem. I'm going to take a look. I get into it. A week later, we get back on the phone. They say, man, I sure hope you save me some money. I said, guess what? Good news is I didn't. I'm actually going to ask you to spend more. And there was crickets.
I bet. Yeah, because
and I said,
that
here's
road
why.
could go, the conversation could go one of two ways, John. It could be like, hey, John, I really appreciate it. Thanks, and good, God bless and good night. Or either, hey, John, all right, tell me what you came up with, and let's take a look at it.
Yep. And the response was, what do you mean? I said, the plan you're on now, without getting too technical, isn't covering your employees. The network is too small. You're paying for something they can't use. He's like, what? Well, yeah, you went with a big national firm that doesn't know the marketplace, so we need to move the network, and you're going to pay a little more, 2% more, but you're going to pay a little more. And I think in those moments, business owners, like I'm a business owner, just give me the truth. Don't sugarcoat it. If I have to spend more, tell me why, and let me make the decision. And that's our approach is like, look, I'm going to now, a lot of times we can save money, but I don't overpromise people and say, hey, we're just always going to save money and reevaluate things.
That's true. So, John, give business owners an idea. How do you market your business to stand out from all the other folks who are out there doing what you do?
Yeah, marketing is marketing in the insurance space in what I do. Because we're not selling homeowners and car insurance. Right? That's a little different market. It's difficult. The best way that I have found so far, and I've not figured it out, Mike, I don't have the answer because I've tried a lot of things, is publishing content on LinkedIn and on our YouTube channel that is content rich, no sales speak, no pitching, no product, buy this product. It's pure content with benefit hacks and ideas. And then once the relationship starts or early on, allow them to watch that or read that information to build credibility in what we're saying so that they know there's some depth there.
And that's how we connected.
That's how we connected.
On LinkedIn.
Yep, that's right.
So when the business owner, you're out there and there are a million other people selling what you do, doing what you do, that's the remedy. That's what you tell. That's what you tell folks.
That's what we do.
Okay. Business owner shows up at your doorstep. What's the number one thing that you see across the board that's like the one glaring thing that you see it kind of over and over again?
Yeah, so one of the things is, Mike, that they don't allow their employees to fully understand the benefits that they have. They don't give them the tools and the time to learn one time a year about their benefits package. Let me give you an example. Years ago, I had a client in Richmond. They went out of business, and they gave each employee 15 minutes to learn about their benefits because they were a manufacturing plant, and I thought that was ridiculous. 15 minutes. They're out of business now. I don't know if it's correlation, but I just took on another new client this year. We said, look, we're going to have a mandatory group presentation. Everyone's spread all out in the warehouse, right? Masks and everything, but we're all spread out. I'm going to take 30 minutes. I'm going to hand them a professionally bound book with information about what their benefits are. I'm going to explain them. And then we're going to have each employee talk to one of my employees one-on-one for counseling individually. It could take 30 minutes. It could take an hour. At first, the employer was like, oh, I don't know if my people want that. It's a lot of time. I said, well, it's about $70 worth of investment versus the $6,000 you're spending on them, because you're paying them for an hour or two, but you just spent $6,000 a year on medical for them. So it's a pretty good trade. But that piece, the employees don't understand insurance, and so we say, look, you're going to have someone from my team talk to you over the phone and enroll over the phone, no paper. That has been the biggest thing because people are nervous. They don't understand insurance. We have people buying too much. We have people buying too little. And so that one-to-one counseling, which is very hard to do, we've been doing it for 20 years, it's very hard to pull off because I can't just hire a temp to talk to you about a very complex benefit package. These are licensed agents. So that I would think is one of the biggest things.
True. How can folks find you?
Yeah, so on LinkedIn, John Millen, you can go to benefithackers.com. You can go to ppgsolutions.com. You can go to YouTube. I think my YouTube channel it's pretty good. It's got some really good content. You can just search Benefit Hackers. And I would say, even if you don't want us to be your advisor and you just need some great ideas, I publish enough content that I think is meaningful.
All right, John, thanks for coming on the program. Let's stay in touch now. When you get new things that pop up, make sure you let us know.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks. Time 2:54. On the mic with Mike. We got to go away for a moment. We'll be back.
Watches is the must-have, stylish, comfortable, and versatile timepiece for the person who values quality. Hanley offers sophisticated, modern designs that inspires confidence and generates conversation. Contact us today for the On the Mic with Mike promo. Hanley Watches is the official timepiece of Mike King Biz and On the Mic with Mike. Connect with us at HanleyWatches.com today.
HANDLEY, HanleyWatches.com.
Welcome to Miss Gurley's, conveniently located at 4809 Parker Street in the heart of Fulton. We take food back to the basics, just like our grandmother, Gurley Frances Crump, used to do it, the way we've always done it. So grab your family, grab your friends, and come taste a little bit of home. Open for business 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Hey guys, this is Robin with DB Arcade Commercial Video and Photography. If you need creative visual content for social media or traditional advertising, then we're the team you want working for you. We create custom ROI-driven videos and photography for your business, no matter what products or services you offer. We've worked with local newspapers, gyms, real estate agents, financial advisors, clothing companies, restaurants, and more. For more information, check us out on our website at db-arcade.com.
Are you tired of dating online? Bloom Matchmaking offers a safe and effective alternative. Every match is vetted and background checked. Bloom Matchmaking offers a personalized experience just for you. Check us out at bloommatchmaking.com or give us a call at 804-205-5063. Let Bloom take the stress out of dating. Mention On the Mic with Mike and receive 20% off. That number again is 804-205-5063. Bloom Matchmaking, where love grows.
Oh, hello. I'm Louise Keaton from the Whistle Stop Theater Company. You're listening to On the Mic with Mike.
Every day.
At 1 p.m. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. This has been an outstanding show. All our shows are outstanding because we have great guests. I'd like to thank the guests who came through today. On the Mic with Mike, we're here daily with you from 1 to 3 p.m. WJFN Radio. That's 100.5, 92.7, 820 a.m. As I say, it's a place where the game changers come to talk. The idea behind the program is social enterprise business can help society be better. If you'd like to follow me and the things that I do, you can find me on most social media platforms, Mike King Biz. That's Mike King Biz is the one. And this program here is On the Mic with Mike RVA. So it'll give you an idea of what we're doing. Tomorrow, we're going to have a great show. We're starting out tomorrow with Sarah Ellen Bagby is going to be in the building with us. She has a new show that's starting tomorrow. So Sarah Ellen will be here. She's a photography business, but she's also a business coach with some really good ideas about how to get things done. So Sarah Ellen will be here tomorrow. Her show begins, so that's Tuesdays at 2 p.m., and you'll be able to find her then. Tomorrow we're going to have Julie Tim with us, and she is the CEO of Transit GRTC. So she'll be here talking about what, all the things that GRTC is doing and how they're impacting the community, and she's going to give us our information. We're also going to have Dr. Joe Casey. He is the administrator for Chesterfield County. So he's going to be here talking about all things Chesterfield County, all the things that they have going on that's awesome out there. On the Mic with Mike, we bring you the game changers in the area, 259. Shout out, as I said, to Tom Childry, the show sponsor for the first hour. We'd like to thank him for sponsoring the program. We come to you daily, WJFN Radio. We're also on the WJFN app. On the Mic with Mike, you can find us out and about in the community. Support each other, support small business. That's what we do here. We bring in the game changers, big companies, small companies. Everyone's here telling their story. I'd like to thank folks who came in today. They always make the show great. John Millen was here, Ken Jones, Chef Robin Carter, as well as Eric Terry. On the Mic with Mike, the best radio program that's around. We'll see you tomorrow. As I always say, I'm on the way home, baby, as soon as this is over. Shout out to Hanley Watches. Hanley Watches, the best timepiece in the area. On the Mic with Mike. Thanks now.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. The Senate is nearing its goal of passing another coronavirus relief bill. Bob Agnew reports.
Both House and Senate lawmakers have passed their respective versions of a final COVID-19 bill for 2020, a roughly $900 billion effort that will be joined to a broader $1.4 trillion omnibus spending bill to keep the government up and running for the next year. The bill will provide another round of personal payments as well as more money for supplemental unemployment checks. Today, lawmakers debate and vote on the final version of the bill before sending it on to President Trump. Bob Agnew reporting.
Also at townhall.com, more and more countries around the world are restricting travel from Britain and elsewhere amid concerns about new strains of the coronavirus. The restrictions focus mainly on Britain, which imposed strict new lockdown measures on Saturday because of what is described as the unusually rapid spread of the new strain there. A few other European countries have confirmed cases of the virus variant, and another strain considered especially infectious has been identified in South Africa. Republican Representative Darrell Issa of California says he hopes President Trump will attend President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration next month, amid speculation that Mr. Trump would skip the affair.
Issa is the latest Republican to indicate that President Trump should attend the event, signifying the peaceful transition of power. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, a top White House ally, said last month before Biden's victory was certified by the Electoral College that doing so will be good for the country. Issa is known to be close to Mr. Trump. He endorsed him in 2016 and was nominated to lead the U.S. Trade and Development Agency, though he never received Senate confirmation for the job.
Correspondent Bernie Bennett. And problems persist in the bid to get a trade deal between the European Union and the United Kingdom before a Brexit transition period ends. That's only 10 days from now. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I grew up poor, which is even worse than being poor.
From poor to CEO, the incredible journey of Herman Cain.
My American dream entailed working hard and making $20,000 a year. But I surpassed that goal and became a corporate CEO.
The story of one man's amazing journey from a poor, undereducated family to the highest levels of corporate, social, and political America.
I didn't have to be taught work ethic. I saw it firsthand, and it had a big impression on me.
From poor to CEO, the amazing true story of the American dream that will inspire and motivate you and your family to live your best life.
We'll all be able to say, "Free at last!"
See the movie From Poor to CEO, The Incredible Journey of Herman Cain, available at salemnow.com.
Use promo code FAMILY for 20% off. salemnow.com, promo code FAMILY.
A police officer in the Philippines has been arrested and charged with the double murder of a mother and her son following a dispute over noise.
The casual killing of an unarmed mother and son during the build-up to Christmas has triggered outrage on social media. This morning, the hashtag #StopTheKillingsPH began trending. Human Rights Watch say the killing should be seen in the context of an enabling environment for police violence. Since President Rodrigo Duterte came to power in 2016, at least 8,000 people have been killed as a result of his anti-illegal drug crackdown. But the president's spokesperson says Mr. Duterte will not protect Sergeant Noesca and that justice will be served.
BBC correspondent Howard Johnson in Manila. Lockheed Martin buying rocket engine manufacturer Aerojet Rocketdyne Holdings for $4.4 billion in a deal that brings together companies that already had been working together in the aeronautics industry. Breaking news at townhall.com.